I'm going to start off by telling you, I'm kind of a science nerd. I'm kind of nerdy that way. Thanks. And just to kind of explain how it all kind of got started, let's go back to my youth. When I was a kid, my parents got me this toy microscope. Soon, soon enough, I kind of outgrew it and demanded I get a bigger one. So that's the bigger one that I got. And after that, I kind of outgrew that one and actually got my parents to get me a laboratory grade microscope. So, and they were pretty good. They even let me order microbes from laboratories and keep at home. So they were great parents. So needless to say, I really love science, but if I were to show some of these words, vaccines, genetically engineered food, do some of you kind of feel a little uncomfortable with these words? I know, some of my friends do. And it kind of started during the H1N1 pandemic. A lot of my friends were posting, oh, I don't want to get the vaccine, things like that. And I was wondering, what was this fear all about? Why did people kind of fear vaccines? Vaccines, they hurt. No one likes being pricked, but at the same time, as a scientist, vaccines have done a lot of good in the world. But I kind of understood why when people went searching on the internet, there were these scary words like thimerosal, mercury, formaldehyde in vaccines. There were a lot of online articles that kind of put in a lot of fear for vaccines. And it didn't help that a lot of celebrities like Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy also linked vaccines to autism. So definitely made sense, why parents would be afraid of vaccinating their child. But the big culprit was this ingredient called thimerosal. It's a preservative in vaccines, and it has a mercury atom in it. It's the Hg in that molecule there. And they linked it to autism. But it always confused me because I was always wondering, well, the mercury atom doesn't actually mean this molecule acts like mercury. It would be as if I told you, don't take any salt because salt has sodium in it, and sodium can explode. So, and chlorine is a dangerous gas, so don't take any salt, throw it out, or else you might explode. This autism and vaccine link kind of first started because a report was published by a doctor, and his research was kind of discredited. It was a single report, and people have tried to duplicate his report, his study over and over and over again, and could not come up with the same conclusion. And even when they remove various compounds from the vaccines, kids still had autism. So these are peer-reviewed studies of some of the studies that were done. So it's important to note that correlation doesn't equal causation. It's a very important difference where just because kids around 1 year old might be getting autism, they're also getting vaccines, doesn't mean vaccines are causing it. And it's been shown in peer-reviewed data that vaccines have saved so many lives. We don't see smallpox anymore, and it's a great thing that science has been able to protect so many children. So I want to bring it back to maybe a comparison to climate change. So I think we all generally agree climate change is a thing, generally. There might be some people that might not believe it. This guy, he, basically claimed, global warming doesn't exist because, his beaches are still there. But every peer-reviewed study out there has pretty much concluded that global warming is a thing, and temperatures are rising due to greenhouse gases, and we have to do something about it. So I would like to basically just pose a question. If we believe in peer-reviewed science for global warming, should we also believe in vaccines? Should we also believe in peer-reviewed studies that have shown genetically modified foods are better than organic foods? So these are just questions that, to think about, and I encourage everyone to continue to be curious about the world and ask lots of questions. Thank you.